Custom action figures, or tribute figures. You've probably seen them all around. You see something in a Facebook group or on Instagram and it just looks awesome. And then you want to make one. You want to do your own thing, perhaps from a video game, from a TV show, or just two figures put together that look amazing. But where do you start? As a newbie to customizing and creating action figures, that's probably one of the biggest questions I've ever asked myself is where do I start? Well, the first place and the easiest place is to decide what you want to make, which sounds very stupid, but if you don't know what you need to make, you don't know where you're going to go. So, myself, I'm actually making the whole Dragon Age cast. Dragon Age Origins is a video game from BioWare, an amazing RPG, and on my display I want to have all the main characters. So that's what I'm trying to craft here. And so the character I'm making here is Ogren, the lovable drunk dwarf you recruit as one of your companions. On the left you have his in-game look, and then on the right you have the mobile game Heroes of Dragon Age look. The tribute I'm going to be making, or the custom I'm going to be making, is the mobile game version, because it has a bit more character to it than the in-game armors and whatnot, because the game is quite dated at this point. So we're going to go with the mobile look, which I really like. It looks just stunning, and if I can create that, I'll be happy. Now, a figure is just pieces, and this is from the Mythic Legions official website, and it shows you how their figures break down. However, as a newbie, we're going to make this a lot more simpler and just a bit more streamlined, and we're going to break it down just into chunks, almost. So what we have here on the left is my custom Grey Warden figure. This is actually the main character of Dragon Age Origins, it's your character, and we're just going to demonstrate how I'm going to break this down into pieces using this figure on the left. So firstly we have the head. We then have the torso. We have the pauldrons on either side. And now we have the piece of armor I don't know the name of. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments. But it's the belt and the thigh guard, we'll call it. Next up is the loincloth. We then have everyone's favourite muscle, the bicep area. The gauntlet and the hands. You have the thigh area. The boots, or feet, however you want to look at it. And of course, what is a warrior without their weapon? Okay, so we know which parts we're breaking it down into. And Ogren is a dwarf, so for us it makes sense to start with a dwarf body. So this is the Deluxe Legion Builder from Mythic Legions, newly released, and obviously it's going to be the right size because it's a dwarf. So as a base, this is going to be perfect for us. And your base body is going to depend on what figure you're making. For example, if you're making a Solaire from Dark Souls, you're probably going to want to start with a Templar body. If you're making a highly regal knight, you're going to want to start with a knight figure, per se. If you're going to make a forest barbarian, you're going to want something in less armor than this, probably more skin shine. And as a comparison, this is how the figure looks compared to the artwork. We've got the silvers and blues, which I like, so this is a good starting point. And because I've been collecting Mythic Legions for around a year now, I know the figures a little bit well. And the dwarf body is the same as Fortog, or however you say his name on the right. And I just wanted to showcase just how annoying it can be sometimes to have something so perfect, but perfectly wrong. So once again, I'm highlighting the picture to show it. And if you look at the breastplate, it's raised up and it's diagonally pointing downwards in a triangle motion. And we have the underplate pointing upwards in a triangular motion where the abdomen would be. And well, if I just flip Vortog over, you will see he has the exact same look of armor as Ogren that I would love to make. It's just the wrong way round. So annoying. Small little step backs like this, don't let them put you off. Just laugh about it. This would be so perfect if it was just the reverse. But we're not going to let it stop us. We're going to keep going. So let's look at the pieces that we can use. And remember, a custom tribute figure is for your collection. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's why it's a tribute figure, or a custom figure. It can be your own interpretation of that design. So for example, we have the blue loincloth here, which I could just put some little silver dots on or whatever, and I have a silver and blue loincloth, just like in the artwork. We have silver armored legs and arms and a torso, which we can definitely use. And if we wanted to go a bit more in depth, we even have this little underside on the figure on the right, which we could paint blue, just like Ogren has in the artwork. That's the one highlighted in blue. And we have the silver thigh guard, which is going to come in very helpful. And highlighted in green finally is the belt piece, which both have a raised up design on. Now again, it's not perfect, it's not exact. It doesn't need to be, it's a tribute, it's a custom. As long as you're happy with it, go with it. So for anyone counting, that just leaves two parts that we need to change. The head and the pauldrons. Now you can try and find an existing head, or you can go to a 3D printing place. Mythic Legions are renowned for having lots of people that make 3D printed parts. In fact, a quick little Google search shows you this, and this isn't everyone. There are so many other places. Wolf King Customs, From Dusk Till Dawn Studios. My mind's gone blank now that I'm filming, of course. You have My Action Figure Customs. People on Instagram that do this. There are just so many options you can choose from. And after browsing a few shops, I came across Urbane Iron Wolf from My Action Figure Customs. And if you've seen my How to Paint a Skeleton Head, this is the exact same shop that I got that head from. So I know the quality is going to be good. These are, out of all the 3D printed pieces I bought, these guys have been the best so far. And that's not a, a shock on anyone else. It's just I haven't bought too many 3D printed pieces, but these guys have been the best I have bought. And if we just do a comparison of the head to Ogren, the beard's almost similar, it's a dwarven head, and I don't have to worry about the hair because he's wearing a helmet, and I can just paint that helmet to match the armor. So this is actually a very good win-win for me. I will happily take this. So that just leaves the pauldrons. Now, anywhere you go, if you're making it from Marvel Legends, from wrestling figures, from whatever, there's going to be websites you can look at to browse at all the figures, and you can sort of see the pieces you might want. Well, Mythic Legions have a Mythic checklist on their website, which shows every single figure, and if you just click on it, it'll take you into them, it'll take you all the accessories they have, it will show you photos, everything you need. So I was browsing this when I discovered that the perfect pauldron for me is with this figure, the Templar Knight Legion Builder. And the irony of this is I have multiple of these figures, and at the time of recording, I am literally staring at one, and it never registered with me that this is the pauldron that would work. It has the raised up bit by the neck, it goes halfway down the bicep, it's perfect. It'll also show off that little blue underside that we highlighted before. This is the perfect piece I needed for this figure. Which made me realise I forgot one key part of this, the cape. Now adding the cape to this figure is going to make such a huge difference, I think. I think it's going to add a level of uniqueness to it. But it's hard to find a cape, and sometimes you just have to go elsewhere to find people that make them. And there are so many people that make soft goods for action figures. And one of my good friends makes soft goods. He makes capes. Go check him out, Black Bear Customs. Some amazing work. I've got two of his capes now, and they're so good. He even put a gold trim on it for me. He has absolutely nailed this. He scaled it to dwarfs and everything. Go and check out Black Bear underscore Customs on Instagram. Drop a message, and honestly, pick up some soft goods from him. If you want a cape, if you want a scarf, he is amazing. His work's amazing, and he's such a good dude. Go and check out his stuff. But now I have a cape, we can move on. So this is the part that still scares me a little bit. It's the painting. And if you don't want to paint, you don't have to. You could just, in this case, leave the armor mainly silver, and it would look great. It would look like a tribute figure because it's similar but different. But I am going to try painting it. And again, I'm going to plan what parts I'm going to paint and what I'd need. So let's break that down too. I know I'm going to have to paint the pauldrons gold, and in the promo artwork, the pauldrons are pure, just solid gold. So actually that's not going to be too bad to paint at all. I'm going to have to add some gold to the torso, the raised up bicep area, the gauntlets, the belt and thigh guard area are going to need some golden detail work. And the boots as well will need some golden detail work put on them. And as stated before, I can just put some silver onto the loincloth. I'll probably just paint the dots silver, to be honest, and I'll be happy with that because it's got the blue and silver contrast to them. And that is the plan for my custom Ogron figure done. I know the base body I need, the Dwarven Legion builder. I know the head I need to get from my action figure customs. I know the pauldrons I need to take from the Templar figure. And I know what parts I need to paint, so I know I need golden and silver and blue paint. And that is it. That is my plan set. So when the parts arrive, I don't need to worry about what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I have the vision. And it shouldn't be too hard. It should be quite easy to do. So yeah, I really hope that seeing this planning stage of how to do it and how easy it really can be inspires you to go out and make your own custom figures. This is episode 1. We will do an episode 2. So if you've enjoyed, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see the rest of the series or more. And hopefully, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.